Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's March 5th, 2021. And I just want to make a correction yesterday because, I listen to these idiots on the radio in the morning and some of the news reports. And sometimes I'll just catch the last part of it. Turned out Biden didn't say that 2 years ago. He said it a couple days ago, but it was reversed. I thought he was talking about people wearing face masks. He's actually referring to people not wearing face masks when he was calling them Neanderthals. Couldn't pronounce that word there for a second. Anyway. But that's also an ironic thing, too. Think about this, though. Remember when Hillary called everybody who was voting for Trump deplorable? She got shit for that one. I'm surprised Biden isn't getting anything for this one. That's quite surprising. Him calling everybody that, and none of the news or none of the press or nobody comes out and says a word. Because they won't. They got their president in. Remember, this president that you have basically are the last days of Reagan, okay? And you remember Nancy was running the show at that point, his last 2 years. That's pretty sad, guys. Anyway, look, it's all made up anyway. These people don't have any power. They make you think you have a choice, when you really don't at all. I mean, you have to understand the corrupt world that we live in. I mean, doesn't a bell ring at all with anybody when they finally wake up and say, hey, fuck, now I know why nothing's really worked the way I thought it would work out when I get older, Where are the money? Where are the riches? Where are the houses? You know why? Because you didn't sell your soul. That's why. People who've sold their soul are the ones who have this. So everybody who's rich is now, no. You know what? It's not everybody. But sure as shit, a lot of them. That doesn't make a difference, though, You're here and you understand what the truth is. It's, think about it, Friday. Yes, that's right, it is Friday. And I was thinking to myself, about, how they black out the sky when they make, when they did the fake moon landing, and they just took out the stars. And you realize the reason why they took out those stars, okay? They're not real stars anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Nothing is real up there, but I'll get into that in a second. Is because they couldn't figure out, what actually the constellations would look like on Mars. And that's why every nonsense that they put on every single planet out there, which doesn't exist, but, the rovers that they put up there, they never point them up and they never show any stars because, of course, they can't figure it out. But the thing is, say we did live on a planet, say we did live on a solar system, say it was just so difficult, really, to fly to the moon or something like that, and everything was true that you learned in school. Why, and you were to fake the moon landing, surely a supercomputer could figure out exactly where the constellations would be when you landed on the moon. You see, they didn't even bother back in the 60s. Okay, now everybody always says you talk about planets. Then you say they don't exist. And I'm like, look, there is something up there. But what you're looking at is not tangible. It's not a tangible object. You can't land anything on it. When you go to a planetarium and you look up, you see Saturn. You see Mars. You see all the planets. Can you land on them? No, you cannot land on something that doesn't exist. So you can see you can point the camera and look at whatever the hell you want to look at. But they're not tangible objects. Where are they in there? I'll get into that in a different video. Right now, I just wanted to reiterate my correction on the video from yesterday, that's not what he said 2 years ago. It's actually something he said a couple days ago, and I thought he was talking about wearing masks, but it was because Texas is now lifting the mandate on masks. Isn't that great? So that means at this point, every other state's going to start playing along with that. But wait a minute. Isn't Cuomo in a lot of trouble? They're going to vote on whether or not they're going to strip his emergency powers that he has. You know what happens if that happens? that means New York is all back to normal, unless somebody else manages to swivel their way in there. But you know, it's so ironic, though. I mean, it's just so. It's like when one of these politicians fuck up, or movie actor, or political figure. I mean, any of them fuck up and piss somebody off to a point. The first thing they do is they go for sexual harassment. You know, they get some woman climb up out of the woodwork from 20 years ago, you know, and then that's it. They're done. Their career's finished. Bye-bye. You know, and it's happened to so many people in the last 2 years. Actually, before all of this happened, you remember a couple of other people that were Bill Cosby. Remember that? You know? Oh, you forgot about Bill Cosby. See, we all forget about these things. You know, they come out and we forget about it. They put something else on the fire, and then they light it, and then we all forget. It really is hysterical. I just can't. I can't believe how simple it is to confuse people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, just to confuse them to a point where they forget about what happened 6 months ago completely, totally forget about it, and then they talk about what's current, what's going on right now, you know? So, anyway, I mean, if they do strip him of his authority, obviously, I mean, he pissed somebody off. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did wrong. I mean, I know New York is, like, done at this point. The city's finished. You know, the city is a mess. Jesus. This is great. It's great. You know, I mean, it's going to get better, too. All right. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and letting me be a part of your life.